Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing a handful of interesting early bowls with Jeff from BMOCmoves.com. Right now, we're going to cover San Diego State and Cincinnati, the Hawaii Bowl. Jeff, it's interesting that you chose this one. The line is kind of all over the place market-wide. There's Cincinnati -1.5 all the way to Cincinnati +1 are available. The total is 56.5 or 57. And there's a lot of kind of uncertain factors here, right? San Diego State was awesome at the end of the year, right, against the spread. 7-0-1 ATS before losing their last game. ATS, that was just by a half point where they beat Air Force by 3. They were a 3.5-point favorite. But there are still questions. It's still not known as of right now whether their starting quarterback for most of the year, except for that last game, is going to be available to play here. Of course, he hurt his ACL and he was out in their last game. And then Cincinnati, definitely have some positives, some weapons on offense. But in general, it's been a disappointing year for them. And it also is a factor that it's being played in Hawaii, which is a location where San Diego State already played and won this year one time. So maybe that also confers an advantage to them. Maybe that's also an unknown factor. The spread's a little bit uncertain, and the total's 56.5 or 57. Jeff from BMOCmoves.com. Why'd you pick this bowl, and what is your recommended play?
Yeah, and there's a lot of interesting factors kind of off the field, Peter. I mean, you look at, like you mentioned, I'm going to go out and venture and say many of the Cincinnati players haven't probably even been out of Ohio, right. Nonetheless going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
San Diego State, obviously, they go there every year. A lot of kids from California. They're no strangers to good weather and fun times. Kind of sad news off the field for Cincinnati. Gunnar Kiel, it's been come out that he's actually has a painkiller issue, personal issues. He hasn't even made the trip in this one. So you got to wonder where the focus is here, not only on the field, but off for Cincinnati with the vacation as well. That's huge here. And you look at San Diego State, they're going to want to win with defense. One of the better defenses you're going to find, particularly against the run. I think the most important thing in this game is turnovers. San Diego State leads the country in turnover margin. Cincinnati's actually one of the worst teams in turnover margin. They've turned the ball over 31 times this year. And with a freshman quarterback against a good defense, I think they're going to struggle here. San Diego State's going to lean on that run defense, give that freshman quarterback they have some time to get himself going. And Pumphrey, I think, leads the way for San Diego State. Turnover is going to be key. They're going to force them. I think San Diego State has to be the player. I don't know how you can bet Cincinnati with the sieve they are defensively and just the issues at quarterback this year and the focus. I think San Diego State has to be the play in this one.
Excellent analysis, and I also like the angle about the experience with Hawaii with college games, college kids. A lot of times, those sort of vacation spots in bowl games can be trouble for teams, especially if they're having other off seasons.
And Peter, these are kids as well. I mean, they're not professionals, so. I know if I went to Hawaii, I'd have trouble focusing on any kind of work. So
handicapping record would be down the drain. Me too. Me too. All right. Well, right now, since San Diego State +1.5 is still one of the market-wide numbers that is available, that is Jeff from BMOCmoves.com's recommended play. Jeff, give a plug for your website. You've had a great record in our videos this year in college football.
Yep, and I've had a solid year over at my website as well. I'm really excited about the bowl games. Have some games I'm really looking at heavily here. Have had a great start to the college basketball season. We're in for a long winter. We're ready all the way up till April. It's going to be fun. Come join me over at BMOCmoves.com.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you, Peter.